Today we've got a striker story with proper suspense. A Juventus forward could be walking away, an Al Hilal attacker might be heading back into the spotlight, and Newcastle are stuck right in the middle of it. Subscribe if you're Toonami, because this could turn into a proper transfer scrap. According to Team Talk, Newcastle have made contact with Darwin Nunez's representatives and want to be kept informed about his future, with his Al Hilal situation looking very uncertain. And over in Italy, Gazzetta dello Sport have been pushing the Dusan Vlahovic angle, saying his camp has spoken with clubs, including us and Chelsea, as his Juventus future falls apart. Now look, this is where it gets tasty. Because on one side, you've got Vlahovic, big name, proper number 9 profile, left foot, strong frame, scored goals in Italy, and on paper you can see why people get excited. But then you look a bit closer, man. Massive wages, no Premier League proof, injury worries, and a deal that feels like it could become one of them, sounds mint on Twitter, hurts the wage bill for 3 years situations. And honestly, I don't want Newcastle acting like a club that just grabs the shiniest free transfer because the name looks expensive. We've lived through enough nonsense. We're not here to collect reputations. We're here to build a squad that works. Then there's Darwin Nunez, and I know what some lads are going to say straight away. He misses chances. He does. But here's the thing. Darwin Nunez causes absolute carnage, proper carnage. He presses, he runs channels, he attacks space, he gets defenders turning towards their own goal. And at SJP, with the Gallowgate roaring behind him, that type of striker can become a nightmare. I reckon Darwin in black and white would be chaos in the best possible way. Not neat, not pretty every single minute, but dangerous, aggressive, relentless. The type of forward who makes centre-backs think, oh no, not this Gadji again, and compare that to Vlahovic. Vlahovic might give you the cleaner finish. He might give you that classic striker look, but Darwin gives you Premier League experience, physical madness, pressing energy, movement, and that rage edge we've been missing up front. That's the dispute right there. Do we want the polished name from Juventus, or do we want the wild Premier League proven striker who can drag defenders all over the pitch? Because for me, this isn't about who looks better on a transfer graphic. It's about who fits us. Newcastle under Eddie Howe need intensity. We need runners. We need lads who'll empty the tank. We need someone who can make SJP feel like a storm again when the ball gets played in behind. And Darwin Nunez, for all his flaws, gives you that. Vlahovic feels like a gamble on talent and wages. Darwin feels like a gamble on chaos and upside. And I'll tell you now, I'd rather gamble on chaos than get stuck with a massive wage packet and a striker who needs everything built perfectly around him. The mad part is, both could be available without a transfer fee, which sounds belter, until you remember there's no such thing as a free signing. The wages, the signing fee, the agents, the whole package, that's where clubs get caught. Vlahovic reportedly wants serious money, and that's where alarm bells start ringing. If we're talking around £150,000 a week or more, we've got to ask whether that's smart squad building or just a fancy mistake waiting to happen. Darwin won't be cheap either, nay bother, but at least we know what he's like in this league. We've seen the pace, we've seen the movement, we've seen him bully defenders even when he's frustrating the life out of everyone. And listen, I'm not saying Darwin is perfect, far from it. He can be wild. He can make you shout at the telly. He can look world-class 1 minute and then smash one into Rosie the next. But you know what? At least he makes things happen. And after the season we've had up front, I'll take a striker who makes things happen over one who arrives with a huge salary and a highlight reel from another league. What gets me is this. We sold the dream of becoming ruthless, ambitious, serious. So let's act like it. Don't just chase the elegant name. Chase the player who gives our attack teeth again. Darwin Nunez at Newcastle would be box office. Pure box office, not safe, not calm, not tidy, but maybe that's exactly the point. Sometimes SJP doesn't need tidy. Sometimes SJP needs a forward who plays like the match owes him money. And that's Darwin. Vlahovic might be the sensible-looking option from a distance, but Darwin feels like the one who could turn the volume up. And for a club like ours, a club that lives off noise, pressure, emotion, and momentum that matters. Quote this, lads. Vlahovic is the name. Darwin is the storm. So here's my question for the Toon Army, and I want proper arguments in the comments. Would you rather we take the polished gamble on Vlahovic or go full chaos mode with Darwin Nunez and build an attack that scares the life out of defenders?
Perfect, perfect, perfect.